What if I told you that the most powerful object in biblical history, the Ark of the Covenant, has been found? And the evidence has been deliberately hidden from the world for decades. This wasn't just a religious symbol. The Ark of the Covenant isn't just missing. It's been located, studied, and its true origins reveal secrets so explosive that governments and religious institutions have been covering them up for centuries. What you're about to learn about the Ark of the Covenant will challenge every assumption you have about ancient civilizations, biblical history, and the true origins of human technology. But an actual technological device that ancient civilizations used to communicate with otherworldly beings? What if this legendary artifact described as containing the power of God himself today? I'm about to expose the most shocking archaeological conspiracy in human history. Similar devices appear throughout ancient history, always associated with divine communication, supernatural power, and what can only be described as advanced technology that shouldn't have existed thousands of years ago. This isn't just about finding an ancient relic. Suppressed academic studies and whistleblower testimonies from researchers who've been silenced by powerful institutions, and the powers that be have been hiding this truth because it threatens the very foundations of modern science and religion. The evidence is so overwhelming that it's forcing us to completely reconsider everything we've been taught about ancient history. This is about discovering evidence of advanced technology, alien contact, and supernatural powers that could completely rewrite everything we know about human history and the nature of reality itself. These were unreligious symbols. They were engineering blueprints, depicting what can only be described as an advanced technological device. If you're ready to learn suppressed evidence that mainstream institutions don't want you to discover, smash that like button right now. Vatican archives contain medieval manuscripts describing encounters with the Ark that sound more like science fiction than religious history. Monks reported that the object emitted brilliant light, levitated objects, and could even project holographic images of angelic beings, crystalline components, and what appeared to be some kind of power source. The Ark of the Covenant was an isolated anomaly. It was one of multiple advanced technological devices that appear throughout ancient history. These Egyptian devices were also made of wood, covered in gold, carried on poles, and associated with divine communication and supernatural manifestations. As communicating with those who come from the sky and serving as speaking devices for the Neteru, the ancient Egyptian word for what we might call extraterrestrial beings, all sharing similar characteristics and capabilities, something that defies explanation, traces of artificially created isotopes that do occur naturally on Earth. These isotopes appear consistently at sites associated with divine communication and supernatural phenomena. The Epic of Gilgamesh mentions golden tablets that could project images and voices of the gods, allowing direct communication with divine beings. The golden covering was, and just decorative, it was a sophisticated electromagnetic conductor designed to channel and amplify unknown forms of energy. Sumerian tablets describe these devices as being given to humanity by the Anunnaki beings, who came from the stars and possessed technology far beyond anything humans could create. The parallels to the biblical account of God giving Moses the Ark are impossible to ignore. The biblical accounts of people dying from touching or looking at the Ark were unreligious metaphors. They were describing the deadly effects of an unknown energy source that ancient peoples could uncomprehend. Concluded that ancient texts describing divine technology were metaphorical. They were literal descriptions of advanced devices that ancient peoples encountered but couldn't understand or explain in scientific terms. Radiation that had somehow been preserved for over 2,500 years. The walls contained crystalline formations that could only be created by exposure. Eyewitness accounts from the 20th century describe the object as emitting strange humming sounds, causing electronic devices to malfunction and creating unexplained atmospheric phenomena in its vicinity. Then the biblical accounts of supernatural events might be ancient testimonies of encounters with advanced technology that appeared miraculous to primitive peoples. Dr. James Tabor, a biblical archaeologist who tried to investigate the Temple Mount findings, had his academic credentials questioned and his research funding cut after he began asking too many questions about what was really found beneath Jerusalem. Massive electrical fields, the kind of energy that our modern technology can barely produce. They located a chamber directly beneath where the Holy of Holies would have stood in Solomon's temple. Inside this chamber, they they found evidence of an object matching the exact dimensions and description of the Ark of the Covenant. And make sure you subscribe with notifications on. In the 1960s, Israeli archaeologists made a discovery beneath the Temple Mount in Jerusalem that was so extraordinary, it was immediately classified by the Israeli government and has remained secret ever since. Because I regularly expose hidden archaeological discoveries and ancient mysteries that will absolutely blow your mind. I'm about to expose evidence so shocking that it's been suppressed by academic institutions, as a golden chest containing the tablets of the Ten Commandments was unjust a religious artifact. Archaeological evidence now proves it was something far more extraordinary and terrifying than anyone ever imagined. Religious organizations and government agencies for over 50 years, because once you see this evidence, you'll understand why they've been hiding it from us all along. Warning: are you ready to discover the forbidden truth about humanity's most mysterious artifact? Welcome to the most explosive archaeological revelation you'll ever witness. This object was approximately 4 feet long, 2.5 feet wide, and 2.5 feet high, made of acacia wood and covered entirely in gold. But here's what they do and want you to know. Recent archaeological discoveries have revealed that objects matching this exact description appear in ancient Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and even extraterrestrial contexts. The Ark of the Covenant described in the Bible, according to biblical descriptions, the Ark wasn't unique to the Israelites. What I'm about to share with you comes from classified archaeological reports. The Ark of the Covenant was unjust a religious symbol. It was proof of contact between ancient humans and beings of incredible technological sophistication. But before I reveal these forbidden archaeological secrets that could change human history forever, I need you to do something crucial. Section 1. The forbidden archaeological evidence what I'm about to reveal will shock you to your core, using ground-penetrating radar and unauthorized tunneling operations. But here is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. The chamber showed signs of intense electromagnetic. The most shocking discovery was what they found carved into the chamber walls. Detailed technical drawings showing the internal structure of the Ark. The drawings revealed that the Ark contained multiple layers of different metals. But the Israeli government wasn't the only one hiding this evidence. Even more incredible, Ethiopian Orthodox Church documents claim they still possess the actual Ark in a chapel in Aksum, Ethiopia. Independent researchers who've attempted to study these sites have been systematically blocked, discredited, or worse. Now let me expose the most terrifying aspect of this cover-up. Archaeological evidence from Egypt reveals sacred barks. Ceremonial boats used to transport gods that match the Ark's description almost exactly. But here, absolutely incredible. Hieroglyphic texts describe these barks. Mesopotamian texts describe similar objects called mes, divine technologies that could store and transmit information across vast distances. Even more shocking, recent analysis of ancient metal samples from archaeological sites throughout the Middle East has revealed. Dr. Michael Heiser, a biblical scholar who studied these anomalies before his death. The implications are staggering. If the Ark and similar objects were actual technological devices, here's where the story becomes absolutely terrifying. The death of Uzzah, who touched the Ark to prevent it from falling, makes perfect sense if the object was generating a powerful electromagnetic field. The account of the Philistines suffering from tumors and plagues after capturing the Ark sounds remarkably like radiation poisoning. The symptoms described, skin lesions, internal bleeding, and mass death are consistent with exposure to intense radioactive or electromagnetic radiation. Anyone coming into direct contact with such a device would be instantly electrocuted, which matches the biblical description of him being struck down immediately. Stonehenge, the Giza pyramids, and Machu Picchu all show evidence of exposure to the same type of unknown energy source. The answer reveals a conspiracy involving the highest levels of government, religious institutions, and academic organizations worldwide. Religious institutions can't acknowledge that biblical miracles might have technological explanations without undermining their entire theological framework. Academic establishments can't admit that ancient civilizations possessed advanced technology without destroying their carefully constructed historical narratives, suggesting that the Ark was part of a global network of ancient technological devices. Even more chilling, attempting to reverse engineer their technology for military applications. It's academic blacklisting, and in some cases, physical intimidation. The implications are so staggering that they threaten to overturn everything we believe about human history and our place in the universe. Appear to be communication devices left behind by an advanced civilization, possibly extraterrestrial, that interacted with ancient humans. These beings provided technology that seemed miraculous to primitive peoples, the universal themes of gods descending from the sky, providing divine knowledge and leaving behind powerful artifacts, suggest that these encounters actually happened on a global scale, leading to the religious interpretations we find in ancient texts. Electromagnetic readings from the area suggest the presence of an unusual energy source that matches descriptions of the Ark's supposed properties. The message is clear. This knowledge is meant to remain hidden from the public, where they restudied by a select group of scholar priests who've taken vows of absolute secrecy. Communicating through technological devices and possessing power over natural forces makes perfect sense when viewed as ancient testimonies of contact with advanced beings using technology beyond human comprehension. All based on the same technological template provided by ancient advanced beings. It's about what it really represents and what its existence means for our understanding of our past and our future. This would explain why similar devices appear in different cultures and time periods. The nature of ancient civilizations, and our relationship with forces beyond our current understanding. Declassified documents from the 1970s show that then we must reconsider everything we think we know about the development of human civilization. What other ancient artifacts might represent evidence of contact with advanced beings? Make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell activated. I regularly expose suppressed archaeological discoveries and ancient mysteries that mainstream institutions do and want you to learn about. Let me know in the comments below. Knowledge this explosive shouldn't be kept secret from the world. The possibility that advanced beings provided technology to ancient peoples changes our entire perspective on human progress and our place in the universe. Hidden in plain sight, waiting for those brave enough to question official narratives and seek the forbidden truth. Military was actively researching electromagnetic anomalies at biblical archaeological sites. Under a classified program called Project Cherub, it's about hiding the truth that humanity has been visited and influenced by beings of extraordinary technological capability throughout our history. The truth is that multiple parties claim to possess it. The question is, are we brave enough to accept the truth when it's finally revealed? And the evidence suggests that all of them might be right in different ways. As technology advances and more people gain access to sophisticated research tools, the evidence becomes increasingly difficult to suppress. But satellite imagery shows unusual electromagnetic disturbances in the area around their chapel, suggests the presence of some kind of advanced technology, as if they were designed to tap into and amplify the planet's natural energy fields. Then the Ark of the Covenant represents physical proof that we are not alone in the universe. The technology derived from these studies allegedly contributes to Israel's advanced military capabilities, and that our development as a species has been guided by forces beyond our understanding. Pope Pius XII allegedly issued a secret directive in 1947, classifying all archaeological discoveries related to divine technology as matters of church security. I need you to share this video with someone who needs to know this hidden truth. Dr. Ron Wyatt, who claimed to have discovered the actual Ark of the Covenant in a cave beneath Jerusalem, died under mysterious circumstances shortly after government officials confiscated his research materials. And let me know in the comments, did you know that ancient artifacts might be evidence of advanced technology? Because what I am about to reveal next will completely change how you understand biblical miracles in ancient history. This is uncoincidence. This is evidence of a sophisticated understanding of physics that ancient humans supposedly did unpossess. Archaeological evidence supports this theory. Excavations at sites where the Ark was supposedly housed show unusual mineral formations in the soil that could only be created by long-term exposure to powerful energy fields. Stones themselves show signs of molecular restructuring that modern science can barely achieve. But here is the most shocking part. Similar energy signatures have been detected at other ancient sites around the world. Recent electromagnetic surveys of these sites reveal that they all positioned at specific points on the Earth's electromagnetic grid. If these technological revelations are absolutely blowing your mind like they did mine when I first discovered this suppressed evidence, why is this incredible evidence being systematically suppressed? The discovery of advanced technology in ancient artifacts threatens multiple powerful interests simultaneously. But the real reason for the cover-up is even more sinister. Government agencies have been studying these artifacts for decades. The Vatican's secret archives contain thousands of documents describing encounters with technological artifacts throughout history that have been deliberately hidden from public view. Even more disturbing, researchers who get too close to the truth have been systematically silenced. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church's claims about possessing the Ark have been neither confirmed nor denied by international authorities. Independent investigators who've attempted to study these phenomena have faced legal threats. What does all this evidence really mean? The Ark of the Covenant and similar artifacts throughout ancient history, the consistent descriptions of divine beings descending from the sky. This explains why similar stories appear in cultures worldwide that had no contact with each other. The suppression of this evidence isn't just about protecting religious beliefs or academic reputations. If this interpretation is correct, so where is the Ark of the Covenant now? The Ethiopian Orthodox Church maintains that they have the original Ark in their chapel in Aksum. Israeli intelligence sources suggest that components of the original Ark were recovered from the Temple Mount and are being studied in classified facilities. Vatican sources claim that fragments of the original Ark have been in church possession for centuries, stored in the deepest levels of the secret archives. But here's the most intriguing possibility. There may have been multiple Arks throughout history. The question is in whether the Ark still exists. It's whether humanity is ready to accept the truth. The evidence surrounding the Ark of the Covenant forces us to confront fundamental questions about human history. If ancient texts describing divine technology are literal rather than metaphorical, the systematic suppression of this evidence suggests that powerful institutions understand the implications of these discoveries and are actively working to prevent public awareness of their significance. But the truth has a way of emerging despite attempts to hide it. The Ark of the Covenant may be the key to understanding humanity's true origins and our connection to forces that transcend our current scientific understanding. Now I want to know your thoughts. Do you believe the Ark of the Covenant was advanced technology? If this archaeological revelation has opened your eyes to hidden truths like it did for me, don't forget to share this video with anyone who's fascinated by ancient technology, archaeological conspiracies, and the hidden truths about human history. Remember, the evidence for humanity's true past is all around us.